So Amazon PPC is one of those complex and big topics, and one area that new sellers really struggle with. When it comes to Amazon PPC, pay per click or advertising, what types of campaigns are there that you can use? What types of campaigns should you use and set up for a new product launch? And then how do you go in there and analyze and optimize based off kind of what's working, what's not working as far as keywords and ASINS? I'll break it all down today in today's video. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back those of you who are my subscribers. My name is Brian Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller, mentor, and coach. Right here on this YouTube channel, I release weekly videos covering everything Amazon, e-commerce, and NFTs. If you enjoy those types of videos, do me a favor right now. Head on down and press subscribe. I can see each and every one of you who take just a minute to press subscribe, and I appreciate each of you. Also, give me a like on this video. It helps support my channel and bring you more helpful videos like this one. My job is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible, sharing and documenting my journey of how I went from a struggling, broke drug addict 8.5 years ago to building, owning, and running multiple six-figure online businesses. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, let's go over Amazon PPC. What types of campaigns should you be running for a new product launch? How about for kind of maintenance phase where you're trying to just continue to build sales and ranking, get more reviews? And then there's also another phase, which is maybe you ran out of stock and you have to relaunch. There's different campaigns to set up for that as well. But let me go over what types of campaigns are there, what types of campaigns you should set up for a product launch, and then how do you go in there and analyze the data of these campaigns. All right, so let's jump into it. First, excuse the noise in the background. There's some yard work going on outside, so you may hear a leaf blower and a weed eater, but let's jump into it. So let me go over this document to start with, because this kind of breaks down two things: what campaigns I set up for a new product launch, an overview, how I separate them out, and also after your campaigns have been running for a while, what data should you be looking at and what items should you be monitoring with your listing to help improve the PPC performance. First of all, let me just start off by saying, when you run Amazon PPC, there's only a couple places that your product is going to show up on Amazon's website. So when we run automatic campaigns, manual campaigns, product targeting campaigns, there's a few places that your product will go. So for sponsored products, your product will either go here. You can see sponsored, sponsored, sponsored. These are 3 or 4 sponsored advertisements at the top of page 1 or top of first page. Maybe your product or your ad, your PPC ad will go down here at the bottom of page 1. It could be down here, or it could be on the product pages. What is that? If you're showing up on the product pages, that means you're showing up on one of your competitors' listings right here. Sponsored products related to this one. This is on the product pages, so your ad can go there. So we have top of first page, we have product pages, and then we have rest of search. What is rest of search? Well, that could be top of page 2, bottom of page 1, that kind of stuff. Okay, so those are really the 3 main places when you run sponsored product PPC campaigns. Those are kind of the areas your product will go. Top of first page, bottom of first page, or top of page 2, that's rest of search, or on your competitors' listings, that's called product pages. And actually, inside the campaigns, I'll show you, you can use what's called placements, and you can figure out, does my product perform better at the top of the first page? I get more clicks and sales there. Or maybe you innovated and differentiated your product really well, so your product is nicer and better and a compelling offer, like a good price and good title and main image. Well, then maybe your product does better on your competitors' listings. So you can actually use placements to tell Amazon, I want to show up more, promote me more on my competitors' pages or at the top of the first page, depending on the data. And I'll show you here that in a minute. But for new product launches, guys, what's working the best right now for new product launches? We're going to need to set up minimum 4 to 6 automatic campaigns. So let's go over that. Automatic campaigns. Automatic campaigns are where you just set up the campaign and you enter how long you want the campaign to run, or no end date, when you want it to start, a daily budget. I always recommend a minimum of a $10 to $100 daily budget, depending on the campaign. You put in a bid, and that's pretty much it. Then Amazon's going to go out there and advertise your product for you, and you're going to find keywords, ASINS, and search terms that get impressions, clicks, and sales, hopefully. Okay, so that's an automatic campaign. Amazon's going to go out there and advertise your product for you. You don't put in keywords or ASINs, and you don't put a bid on keywords or ASINs. You just set up the campaign settings, and Amazon's going to advertise your product and find keywords and ASINs for you. That's an automatic campaign. Then we have manual campaigns, and then we have several different types of manual campaigns. We have manual keyword targeting campaigns where we put in keywords. We have manual product targeting campaigns where we can put in competitors' ASINs. That's product targeting. Then we have manual category targeting, where you can target a whole category or niche. Let's start with the first one, which is going to be the most important, which is manual keyword targeting campaign. So for manual keyword targeting campaigns, here are the types of campaigns I set up for a manual keyword targeting campaigns. When do you set these up, guys? Actually, let me start with the automatic campaigns. So you can go ahead and start your automatic campaigns right from day one with 0 reviews. The manual campaigns, the broad, phrase, and exact are the 3 types of keyword targeting campaigns there are: broad match, phrase match, exact match. The manual campaigns, guys, like the keyword targeting, you can also set up from day one or wait until you get 1 or 2 reviews, but I usually just set these up from the start. So I'm setting up, guys, just as an overview. For new product launches, I'm setting up 4 to 6 automatic campaigns from the start, from day one. Then I'm setting up like 2 to 6 phrase campaigns, 2 to 6 broad campaigns, and then 1 to 3 manual exact campaigns, and then 2 to 5 product targeting or category targeting campaigns. So I have a minimum of like 4 autos, 6 to 10 manual keyword campaigns, 2 to 5 product targeting campaigns. And each one of these campaigns is going to have a minimum of $10 daily budget. Now, just because I have 15 different campaigns going for a new product launch and each daily budget is $15, it doesn't mean you're going to spend $10 times 15, $150 a day. Some campaigns will only spend $1 or $2 per day. Some campaigns maybe don't spend anything because they're not getting clicks. You're only charged for clicks, by the way, with PPC, not impressions. And I'll go over that. What's the difference here in a minute. But that's kind of where you're going to go. You're going to set up your budgets, $10 to $100 daily budget. It doesn't mean if you have 15 campaigns going, you're going to spend 15 times $10. It'll just vary depending on the product and the campaign. You know, the goal here is, guys, is for product launches is not to spend the lowest amount of money on PPC. The goal is to rank the product for your top 10 to 50 main keywords. So we don't want to, month 1 of a new product launch, the goal is not lowest PPC spend. It's not lowest CPC. It's not any of that. It's to rank for your main keywords. That's going to be the goal month 1. Then as you start optimizing your campaigns, ranking for your main keywords, building your reviews and sales velocity, then we transition into really optimizing your campaigns to bring down your ACOS. Month 1, it's not uncommon to have around a 75 to 100% ACOS or under. Month 2, we want to aim for like a 50% ACOS or under. And then going into month 3, we want like a 30% ACOS or under. So for the automatic campaigns, guys, what I usually do is I set up one automatic campaign for each targeting group. So let me show you that. So here's kind of an overview of like, you know, spend $2,500, sales $6,000. This is kind of the goal that we're aiming for, guys. Once you have these campaigns going and optimizing, you want your spend to be like 1/3 of the sales, right? So this one is performing very well. Let me go here, create campaign, and it's going to be sponsored products. Okay, sponsored products, continue. You only have access to sponsored products to start with, guys. The sponsored brand ads and the sponsored display ads require brand registry, but I do recommend using those 2 types of campaigns: sponsored brand, which is product collection or headline ads and video ads, and sponsored display, which is competitor ASINS, once you have brand registry. So let's go over here, guys, what we're doing. So for this one, it's going to be automatic, all 4 targeting groups, okay? Then here, you're going to add your product that you want to advertise for. Then we're going down here to targeting. All right, is it an automatic campaign or a manual? It's automatic. And then here, guys, under automatic targeting, I don't recommend putting a default bid. This campaign is going to be automatic 1, all 4 targeting groups. Click on set bids by targeting group. Inside an auto, guys, we don't have keywords or ASINs to do the bid on. We just have these 4 targeting groups. So this first auto, the goal of this automatic campaign is to rank for your main keywords, to drive sales, to start getting reviews. So it's a more aggressive campaign. So I'm going to leave all 4 targeting groups turned on. And then for bids, it's not loading suggested bids because I need to add the product above. But if the suggested bid is 75 cents, just go up slightly, guys. And I'll tell you why here in a minute, because we're going to go use placements instead of raising these bids way up. But we're going to leave all 4 targeting groups turned on in this auto. Next, do we have any negative keywords or negative products? No. What is that? Negative keywords or negative products. After you've been running the campaigns for a while, you'll have keywords or ASINs that don't work, that waste money. Then you can add those keywords and products or ASINs into these negative, which means shut off, don't waste any more money on them. Bidding strategy. What do I recommend for bidding strategy? I always recommend going down only or up and down. Dynamic bids up and down. What does this mean? Amazon PPC is a bidding platform. It's all about how many other competitors are also running PPC for your product and in your niche. And so if your competitor is bidding on a keyword or an ASIN $1 and your bid is set to $1.01 or $1.02, if you have down only, Amazon can only go down on your bid to 101, so you win the ad placement. But if your bid is set to $1.02 and your competitor bids $1.03, Amazon can't go up if you have down only set. I usually like to go with up and down bidding strategy. That way I get more ad placements and a little bit more aggressive. I have more chances of getting shown, if that makes sense, because my bid can go up or it can go down to beat my competitor's bid. The time to use dynamic bids down only is when you want to be a little bit more conservative on your budget or your spend, or maybe you want to set up like a discovery automatic campaign that just is really kind of just to find low ACOS keywords and ASINs. Well, then down only would be fine for that type of campaign. Also category targeting. Sometimes I'll set really low bids for a category targeting or a really low bid plus down only to find really low cost ASINs that convert well. Okay, then click here, guys. Adjust bids by placements. This is what I was talking about earlier. We can tell Amazon, top of search, first page, I'm willing to give you 101%, 101 or 100% more on my bid if you promote me more at the top of the first page. Or maybe your product is better on the product pages, so I'm willing to give you 55% more on my bid if you promote me more on my competitors' listings. Does that make sense? So this is called placements, and these are very powerful. Number one, because most other sellers don't know how to use these. Number two is you can really figure out where your product performs better, your ad and your product, and then specifically target that area. So it'll just depend. Some products do better at the top of the page. You'll normally always get a higher CTR there because more customers see your ad at the top of the page. But maybe you did a really good job of improving your product and it's way better than your competitors. Well, then it made you better on the product pages. But what this means, guys, is I have a bid set of 78 cents. So I'm telling Amazon I'm willing to double my bid. I'm going up 100% if you promote me more at the top of the first page. So they can go up 101% on this 78 cents, okay? All right, then here, guys, campaign name, this would be like automatic, all for targeting groups, okay, like that. For launch, so you can put your product name, something like that. Start date would be today. End date, I would probably not do any end date for this. You want the campaigns, guys, to run a minimum of like 4 weeks. After like a week or two, you'll be able to go in and start optimizing them based off the data. Daily budget for this one, I'll put 15, and then you would click launch campaign, guys. Now you've just successfully created your first automatic campaign. Now let's go set up these other automatic campaigns. One automatic close match, one automatic loose match, one automatic substitutes. How do you do that? All right, so we're going to go back up to the top. This is going to be automatic close match, and we're going to add your product that we want to advertise for. Okay, going down, it's automatic targeting, and then it'll be right here. Click on set bids by targeting group. And then what was this campaign, guys? This was close match only. So that means I need to switch off loose match, switch off substitutes, switch off complements. Now, I didn't mention before, but what are each of these targeting groups? Well, close match and loose match are more keyword related. So the customer types in your product, let's say, is a water tumbler, a tumbler, stainless steel tumbler. Well, Amazon's going to advertise your product on closely related tumblers or searches. Water tumbler, stainless steel tumbler, 20-ounce tumbler. Your ad would show. Loose match, maybe you're selling a 20-ounce tumbler, but the customer types in a 16-ounce tumbler. That's loose match. It's loose match. That's still keyword related. Your ad would show. Substitutes, guys, substitutes and complements are more product related or on your competitors' listings based off your product pages of your competitors. But again, this campaign, guys, was close match only, so we'll switch off the other ones. And then for bid, again, just up slightly. Suggested bid is 61, highest is 65. So I'd probably go like 0.68. All right. Again, we don't have to go crazy high because we're just testing. And number two, we're going to use placements to do the increase for us. But the reason, guys, that I recommend setting up just a close match, just a loose match next, then just a substitutes, then just a complements, is you really can control your spending and your budget and your targeting to figure out what works best for your product. Some products do extremely well with close match. Other products do very well with substitutes or even complements. You know, like substitutes would be, you know, the customer is shopping for a tumbler, but a stainless steel tumbler, but yours is, you know, a vacuum sealed double wall insulated tumbler. Okay, so that's kind of a substitute product. Complements is like, well, they bought your product is a 20-ounce tumbler. Maybe they need a holder, like a travel strap or something to go with it. That's a complement. Nothing for negative keywords, guys. Nothing for negative products. For this close match only targeting Groupon auto, it'll be bidding strategy up and down. And then we are not going to go as aggressive here with our bids, placement bids, because this is just close match. It's not all 4 targeting groups. And guys, the key for really the main goal for these 4 autos, 1 auto close match, 1 auto loose match, 1 auto substitutes, 1 auto complements. The goal really here, guys, is to collect data. I'm trying to collect data on the best keywords from these 2 campaigns and the best ASINS from these 2 campaigns. Does that make sense? So the first auto, all 4 target groups, is really to launch, to be aggressive, to start ranking. Whereas these next 4 autos, these are more to collect data. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to use a little bit of placements. Sure, we can do 25, like this, 25 and 15. This is automatic, launch, close match. Okay, it's going to go for like 4 weeks. So set it for 4 weeks out. And then we can go $10 budget on this one. And then click launch campaign. I don't recommend launching to other marketplaces. And now we've just set up the auto launch, all 4 targeting groups. We've just set up the automatic close match. And then you guys would repeat this process 3 more times. Same settings pretty much. But then the next one would be loose match only, launch campaign. The next one come in, do just substitutes, launch campaign. The next one come in and do just complements, launch campaign. It'll be the very, very similar settings though. Now, let's go over, then your automatics are all set up. Next, let's go over manual campaigns. So what types of manual campaigns do I set up? All right, so we're going to need a list of your top keywords. So how do you get a keyword list? Let's say this is my product, this wooden wall hooks. Go to your main competitor's listing that's doing well on page 1, been selling for a while, click on keywords. And here is the list of keywords I recommend targeting in the beginning, 300 to 30,000. We want to get keywords in position 1 to 75. That's page 1 and 2 roughly. We want match type organic keywords only, and then click on apply filters. Now I'm down to 65 keywords. That's very good. Click on search volume. And then you would just go down here, guys, and pick out your top like 15 to 50 main keywords. And you'd want to include these in your title, your bullet points, your back end of your listing, your special features, and your description, okay? So you'll strategically put these keywords throughout your listing, and then these keywords we're also going to be testing, all of them in PPC. So get a list of your top keywords, like let's say it's these ones, right? So get like 10. You only want around 10 keywords per manual phrase campaign and only around 10 keywords per manual broad campaign. But what we're doing with these keywords, guys, again, they need to go in your listing, title, bullet points, back-end keywords, generic keywords on the back-end or search terms, subject matter, special features, description, and then we're going to run all of them in PPC. So I recommend setting up 1 manual phrase campaign with 10 keywords with low search volume, like 800 to 5,000 search volume. Then set up another manual campaign with 10 keywords with between middle search volume range, 6,000 to 13,000 search volume range, and then a third manual phrase campaign with 5 keywords, roughly with 15,000 to 25,000 search volume. Now you can see for this product, my search volume capped out at 7,800. So what I would recommend doing here is like put these 10 keywords in the first manual phrase and then put the next kind of 10 keywords down here in manual phrase 2. And the reason we want to split up, we don't want more than 10 keywords per manual phrase or broad campaign. And the reason we want to segment them, like manual one phrase has these higher search volume keywords, and then manual phrase 2 has these lower search volume keywords, because if I put this keyword in here with 7,800 search volume in the same campaign with this one with only 500, well, my budget and Amazon's going to spend all my money on this one because there's more search volume. So that's why we separate them out. Now let's go over, and then guys, the same keywords here that you do the manual phrase 1, manual phrase 2, you'll run these same keywords in broad 1, manual broad 1, manual broad 2. Okay, so it'll be the same keywords you're running in phrase that you also run in broad. We just need to test both match types. Let's go over how to set up a manual broad and manual phrase campaign. So this is going to be manual phrase, or let's do manual broad 1, and then this is higher search volume keywords. Okay, then add your product that you want to advertise for. Is it an automatic or manual campaign? It's a manual campaign. Is it keyword targeting or product targeting? It is keyword targeting. Then we're going to go here. It is just broad match type, not phrase or exact. And then you can look at the suggested keywords, guys, that Amazon gives you, but we're going to enter list. And then we're going to one by one, or download a CSV file right here, download CSV file, or export to Frankenstein. And then from here, I can copy. All right, here's my first, 5 or 10 keywords, copy and paste. All right, so I've got my first 10 keywords with the higher search volume, click add keywords. It moves over to the right, and then I would leave the bid at the suggested bid, guys. Then we're coming down. It's going to be bidding strategy up and down, placements. You can use a little bit of placements. We're going to change this to manual broad, higher search volume keywords. Okay, it's going to run for like roughly 4 weeks or no end date. It's going to be $10 daily budget. Then click launch campaign. Then you're going to repeat this for manual broad 2 with the next set of keywords down here. Okay, roughly these ones. Okay, the next 10 keywords go in manual broad 2, and then repeat this for manual phrase 1 and then manual phrase 2. Now, how about for exact match? For exact match, guys, that's going to be a little bit different depending on your product, because it's going to be the most expensive. But manual exact is going to be, like top 3 keywords. You just want 1 to 3 keywords in your manual exact campaign. It's going to be the most expensive because the most number of other sellers are also running exact. And the whole goal of PPC is we're running these auto campaigns. We're running these broad campaigns, phrase campaigns. We're trying to collect data on which keywords perform the best. And we need to test all your main keywords as broad and phrase and in the auto to figure out what match type works best. Because once you have been running the autos for a while, you can download the search term report. And a lot of times it'll tell you, did it bring a sale as broad? Did it bring a sale as phrase? So for the exact match campaign, guys, we're just going to be doing the top 3 keywords, 1 to 3 keywords in your title. It's going to be keyword targeting. It's going to be exact match. And then type in the top 2 or 3 or maybe 4 keywords that you have in your title. And they need to be in exact phrase form. Because with exact match, the customer has to type in exactly this keyword. So the keywords you put in exact match, guys, would only be like, this one and this one and this one. It's like your top 3 keywords based off the data. Highest IQ score, highest search volume, lowest title density for your title keywords. So exact match, just top 1 to 3 keywords in your title. We're going to have to go a little bit more aggressive on our bids. So I'd go up 30 or 40 cents on the bid. Then I'd use bidding strategy up and down. I would be pretty aggressive on your placements, like 75 and 45. And then this was manual exact. I would run it for 4 weeks, and then like a $20 daily budget or up to $50 daily budget, then click launch campaign. So we've set up 5 automatic campaigns. We've set up 2 broad campaigns, 2 phrase campaigns separated by search volume. We've set up a manual exact campaign. Finally, guys, is manual product targeting. So manual product targeting, what is that? Well, add your product, then come down here. It's a manual, not automatic. It's product targeting. Then here, guys, it's going to be individual products. And what I recommend doing is going to page 1 and grabbing right here, like a seller on page 1 that has a higher price than yours. Click on copy. And we're going to copy this ASIN and grab about 5 competitor ASINs and click on enter list and leave it on expanded. And you'll copy and paste roughly 5 ASINs in here, click on target, and then go like up 40 cents on your bid, like that. So we're grabbing 5 ASINs from page 1 and we're putting them under expanded, enter list, individual products, product targeting, 5 ASINs, and make sure that you choose ASINs that you have a good chance of making a sale off of, meaning their price is higher than yours, or less quality, or less reviews, or you just have a better product because you want to, have a good chance of making a sale. So that's how you're going to set up product targeting campaigns. And then you can set up a category targeting campaign, guys. That would be like this right here. You'd go categories, and then you'd click on, it'll automatically be here. You'll click on refine. And then what I like to do is, okay, if my price point is $29.99, I would go $29.99 to $100. I would go 4 stars only. And then I click add, and then that will narrow it down to only target ASINS in the category that have a 4-star review or average or less, and then like a higher price point than yours. And then that's how you set up a category targeting campaign. It's under product targeting. Click on categories instead of individual products. Now, how do we go in here and optimize the data? Well, let's go over that. So go to your campaign manager and let's go over optimizing an auto campaign. First step is you're going to adjust your placements based off the data. So here you can see I did not get very many impressions over the last 30 days. So I'd want to up my bid like 10%. Whereas product pages, I had 53,000 impressions, 95 clicks. CTR is not the greatest. I spent $36 and got 5 orders. I'm actually just going to leave that at 12. So this is an auto campaign, and same thing for a manual campaign. Start by optimizing your placements based off this data. Impressions, how many people saw your ad? Clicks, how many people clicked on your ad? CTR, we want to aim for a 1% CTR or more in the beginning. Spend, obviously we want it like this, 36 spend for 134 in sales. If it's spend, $36, orders 0, wipe this out, go way down 10 or 20%, and it just depends on the data here, but this is what we're looking at. Impressions, clicks, CTR, spend, orders, and sales. Next step of optimizing your auto, go to ad groups, click on ad group name, go to targeting, and then down here, you're going to adjust your targeting groups. So this happens to be an automatic substitute campaign only. You can see only substitutes is switched on. Let's see how it did. All right, suggested bid is 63 cents. I'm at 45 cents. I had 53,000 people see my ad in the last 30 days. 95 people clicked on my ad. That's a 0.1 CTR. That's quite low, but I spent $36 and got 5 orders. So I would actually leave this. What I may do here is like just reset this to like 0.46 because it did bring me 5 orders. So resetting your bid does help. Then finally, guys, in an auto, go to search terms, scroll down here, click on spin 2 times. And what we can do with that is we can start going through here and figuring out which ASINs are wasting money. For example, this one has 12 clicks and no sales. I would add this to negative targeting. Copy that ASIN, go to negative targeting. Is it a negative keyword or negative product? It's a negative product. Click on add negative products, click on enter list, click on enter, and then exclude, and then add negative products. And now I've just shut off wasting money on that one. Go back to search terms, and then look for like keywords, another ASIN with 10 clicks or more, or a keyword with 10 clicks or more, $10 spend or more, and no sales. Go ahead and add those to negative targeting as negative exact only for keywords, negative exact. Let me show you that. It's right here, add negative keywords. It's always negative exact, never negative phrase unless it's a brand name that's continuously wasting money. So search terms, guys, this is where you can see which keywords and ASINs inside the auto Amazon has been advertising your product for. And we're looking for 2 things. 1, shutting off by adding to negative targeting, keywords or ASINs wasting money. Number 2, well, which keywords and ASINs brought me sales? I would leave those running in here if they've been bringing sales in this auto. And then we also want to make sure, like for this one, where it's brought me 1 sale for $2. And this one, ASIN, has brought me a sale for $1.89. I'd want to start a new product targeting campaign with those 2 ASINs. And if they were keywords, I would just need to make sure I'm running those keywords in my manual phrase and manual broad campaigns, okay? Now let's go back and optimizing a manual keyword targeting campaign or ASIN targeting campaign. So we're going to click on the campaign. Next, we're going to do the placements again based off this data. Lower it based off, did you get a lot of impressions? How's the CTR? I spent $781, got 55 orders, 1,500 in sales. I'm going to leave that as is. Here, CTR is not over 1%. I got 717 people who saw the ad. Only 3 people clicked. $2 in spend, no sales. I'm not going to add any placements to that. Next step of optimizing a manual ASIN or keyword targeting campaign, come to targeting. Under targeting, you'll be able to see all the keywords that you're running. And then again, we're looking at the data. So I had 9,400 people who saw my ad. 475 people clicked. That's a very good CTR, 5% CTR. I spent $779 for 55 orders. That's very good. I would probably even increase this up to like 0.95. If this had like like $7 in spend and 7 clicks and no sales, I'd probably cut this down 30 or 40 or 50%. And if it had like $70 spend and no sales, I would just switch it off. So again, you're either going to increase the bid if it brought multiple sales. You're going to decrease the bid if it's wasting money and just has a few clicks. If it's got no impressions or no data, you'll have to increase your bid slightly and then switch it off if it spent like $20 or more and brought no sales. All right, guys, I'll wrap up right there on going over all the types of campaigns to set up for a new product launch and then how you'll come in here and start looking at the data, optimizing your campaigns. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on my next one.